I hear you're interested in psychology. You've come to the right place. Hi, I'm Dr. Mark. I am one of 11 faculty members here in our department. We've got faculty that have various specialties that represent major areas within psychology, and we're really excited to work with you and have you in our classes. Our majors and minors go on to do really wonderful things. It's really hard. We're hard pressed to think about an area in your personal life or in your professional life that psychology doesn't reach.
If you're considering a degree in psychology, you might be wondering what sort of skills will psychology prepare you to have, and what sort of careers could you possibly get with a degree in psychology. So psychology, as Dr. Mark said, is applicable to almost everything you do in life. You'll learn interpersonal communication effectiveness skills, how to work in high stress environments, how to understand and interpret data that you receive. You'll learn how to carry out your own psychological experiments, to think with a scientific mind. So you learn all sorts of intangible skills within this major. Some of the top positions that people get whenever they graduate with a bachelor's in psychology are positions in mid to top level management, sales, human resources, business, particularly within the financing section. If you choose to pursue a graduate degree, you can become a psychologist, and you could be a social psychologist working for social media platforms to improve their apps and their services. You could become a clinical or counseling psychologist providing therapy and psychological assessments. Or you can become an industrial or organizational psychologist where you'll work with businesses to improve their retention, their hiring, and their performance practices.
So obviously we have a bunch of classes that you can take in all of these different disciplines. Honestly, too many to name. And there's a lot of choice that you can have in what classes you choose. And your advisor will help you through that. There's lots of opportunities beyond the classroom that will help make you marketable to employers or graduate schools. A couple of them, I'm a cognitive developmental psychologist. So in our child and adolescent psychology class, we have service learning projects where, through partnerships with the Easter Seals Early Childhood Center and EVSC and the Children's Museum of Evansville, you will work with children, and you will relate that stuff to in-class theory. You will apply the things you learn in the class in the community that we live in. If maybe you're thinking more towards a graduate school mindset, there's lots of opportunities to work with faculty, particularly in an academic setting. You could be a peer mentor in a research methods and statistics classroom. You could be a supplemental instructor or a teaching assistant. Everyone also that Dr. Mark mentioned conducts research, and we work with undergraduates to produce research that we then publish or present. All of these things prepare you for graduate school or employment. And it helps you get to learn a little bit about yourself and what you want to do in the meantime. Best way perhaps to prepare yourself towards the end of your academic career is internships in the field that you're interested in.
So I'm Dr. Steltenpole. I do all the internships for the psychology degree. So regardless of whether you get a psychology degree or not, it's important to take an internship at some point during your undergraduate degree. And the reason for that is, if you're thinking about grad school, more and more grad schools are looking for people to have applied experience in their field so that you know that this is the career that you would like to be a part of. Having that applied experience, and sometimes actually our students get hired straight out of their internship as well. So in the psychology department, we have a class that's dedicated to that. It's 3 credits, so it's 150 hours over the course of the semester. It's for juniors and seniors in psychology, and we have them across a variety of different fields. Just as our faculty all come from different areas, our students are interested in different areas. So you might be interested in working with Easter Seals or Deaconess as a part of your clinical or counseling career path. You might be interested in occupational therapy, so maybe you go to Apex Behavioral Services. You might be interested in working with children, so we have, or families, and so we've got patchwork, and we've got internships with like Ireland Home-Based Services. You might be interested in working with people with disabilities. You might work then again with Easter Seals or with Spinal and Down syndrome. And then we've also got a new consulting option through Legacy Consulting and Research Group. And then lastly, if you're interested in research, like just understanding the kind of meta research, so understanding research practices, you might be interested in our international opportunity, the Psychological Science Accelerator.
As you know, psychology is the study of mental processes and human behavior. This is a scientific pursuit. We are a discipline that is based off of empirical investigation, and we have a really great faculty that are conducting research and are very interested in working with students. So that's one way that you can get involved. If you happen to become a psych major, all of our majors are required to create a unique psychology study of their own choosing. So this is something that they pursue, whether it be something that you're personally interested in or it is related to your career aspirations. We want you to create a study that you'll really enjoy learning more about, and then learning how to carry that process through to the end as a researcher. So you design the study, you collect the data, you'd analyze the data, and ultimately you'd write up that study as you would as a psychology researcher for a journal for publication. Students on campus participate oftentimes in conferences. So they might go to conferences with faculty in projects that they worked with faculty, and this could span from international to national to regional conferences. USI actually founded an undergraduate psychology research conference called the Mid-America Undergraduate Psychology Research Conference that I lead students to every year. And it's always a really wonderful opportunity for students to present their research to an audience of peers that, as you know, is very important for scientific pursuits, that we share our research and we listen to other people.
If you have any questions about the major, any of us would be happy to answer any questions. If you go to the USI Psychology Department website, you can also get some information about our Psych Club, which is really, really active. We have meetings every other week on Mondays. I think it's 6 p.m. But you can check the website. You can also search for us on EagleSync in order to join that and then get updates that way, and follow both the Psychology Department and the Psych Club on Facebook. And the Psych Club also has an Instagram. If you have any questions, please do reach out to us or any of the other faculty. We'd be happy to chat with you, and we're looking forward to seeing what you might be interested in.